Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great Saturday morning. The weather is beautiful here. I'm sure it's going to be warm again today. So that's always nice. Saturdays just always feel kind of special, ever since I was a kid and Saturday morning cartoons. Just something about a Saturday, regardless of what days you work. Saturday just feels a little different. Um, so yeah, it's Saturday. I'm in a great mood today. We hit 1,000 subscribers last night. Super, super cool. We're actually sitting at, now the count doesn't show, it just says 1K, so that'll stay that way for a while. But presently, at the moment, we're at 104. 1,004. So we're not going to slip back under 1,000, hopefully. It should stay 1K for a while now. So that is awesome. Snowing there in Ohio, drummer man. I feel for you, buddy. Unless you're looking forward to some snow to go sledding or ice fishing or something that you need some snow for. I don't guess you need snow for ice fishing, but we've gotten lucky. About a week ago, it got down to 9 here, and then a couple days ago, it turned into 80. Nearly yesterday. I'm not sure what the high was, and I'm actually not sure what the temp's supposed to be today. I guess I could look. It says it's only going to get up to maybe the mid 50s today. And then same Monday, it should get into the mid 60s. And then Tuesday, we should break 70 again. So that's pretty cool. Let's start off like we always do about this time, talking about what I carried last night. I actually started off carrying something. Good morning, Dwayne Letterman. Starting off carrying something that I'm no longer carrying, and I'll explain that. So, in my front pocket, as of right now, I've got my Kubi. That's not how the night started off. When I started the night, I had this. Thank you, Dwayne. Really appreciate it. I started off with this in my pocket. This is the Green Thorn Annex Integral S35VN. Great knife. I love tons of things about it. There's just a couple that I don't like about it. And that has to do with that double clutch thing up here at the top. I don't know if you can hear this, but it makes a terrible noise when the detent ball is going over the blade. And it just doesn't feel that great. Like, I don't know if you can hear that noise. I'm sure you can. This mic's great, but it just doesn't feel good when that detent ball goes over the... it does have an insert, even though it's an integral. I have not tried to take it apart and tune it a little better, but I just don't like the way that feels. The action on it, the noise it makes when opening is good, and it's just that little bit of that I don't like. And then there's one more thing I don't like about it, and that is the jimping. I don't like the jimping it's a little too aggressive on the back of the spine, and especially on the lock bar section. It's just if you open this knife 20 or 30 times in a row, it would almost wear off the skin on your finger. So since it's got this little gray color to it, if I were to sand that down, it would show. So that pisses me off. If it was just plain, I wouldn't mind doing it. Back of the blade, I can handle that. And that only affects you really when you're using the front flipper. It's just a little too aggressive and a little too scratchy. Both places. Especially there. Right there, it's pretty bad. When you go to, and the fact that the lockup on it is probably about 40%, maybe a little less, maybe 35. Yes, drummer, I have gotten skiffs. I really like skiffs. This one feels great. The bearings feel great in it, and Green Thorn uses great bearings. It'll almost drop shut without. It's not the bearings per se. It's more of that detent ball over the. You can hear that's that double clutch kind of thing going on. I've actually got a couple of sets of skiffs sitting right over here that I haven't even used yet. Actually, they're in my bearing bag. But yes, I do have some skiffs. But actually, they're right here. Yeah, I got 2 pairs of skiffs here I haven't even installed yet. Rocket Glide rings. I think these are original skiffs. Yeah, I think that's how they come. If these aren't them, then I've got them somewhere else, but I believe these are them. Yeah, it says skiff on it. So I've got a set that I bought for a couple of different knives. I was wanting to try them on some of my knives and give them a report for their compatibility list so that I can get some free $5 credits. Something else cool this knife came with was some kind of little javelin looking thing that I guess, I don't know if that comes with the original Microtech one, but it's got this little wire javelin looking thing. Flexible javelin arrow looking thing. And then it came with the tools to get into it, of course. So I like the Annex overall. I give it like an 8 out of 10. It's just those couple things. I like 8 things about it, and then I don't like those couple things. So I took it out of my pocket and put that in the front because I had that with me too. And then in my back pocket, again, I had the 8, which I'm really digging the milling on it. It feels great. It's a little more slim than the Severn. I did need to tighten these screws up a little bit, which is something you need to always do when you buy from Jufull. You need to make sure the screws are tight, but I'm really digging this one. I tightened it up and it's still got good action. I had it a little too tight, and the lock here was sticking up at the front a little bit, but I got it tuned right now. So that's what I had in my back pocket the rest of the night. Man, I am super excited about upcoming things. So I know y'all have heard me talk about the fact that I was real big into 3D printing. And I believe I even shared, how I was interviewed for an online magazine called Hackaday, and that I was one of the first people to ever 3D print a 3D printer. That's what they wrote up the article about. Well, I got in really big, I'd say about 10 years ago, to the point that I was building my own 3D printers and selling them here locally. I ran a bunch of Facebook groups for 3D printing. I have 8 or 9 myself and a couple in boxes that I haven't even opened and assembled yet. Yeah, I meant to ask y'all what y'all are carrying today. I'm sorry. Let's go over that before I tell my story, Be Shady. I don't want to be cutting y'all out because this is all about all of us. So today you got the Neutron 2. Is that a new knife that you got recently? I know you were talking about it, but have you had that a while, or is that a newer one? Let's see. Yeah, we talked about it the other day, and we looked at it. In fact, I was talking about I wanted to get the nerd when we were talking about it. And I believe, I don't know. I was hoping you got the titanium one. I don't remember now, though. I think you said yes. Axial Knives Alpine V2. Axial Knives Alpine V2. Aha. A fixed blade. Nice. Are you carrying it scout carry? It looks like a good size for scout carry for sure. I'm betting you can turn that and put it in those two holes and carry it scout carry. Devo Chaser again and the Raylight Pineapple Mini. What's an ASK Jefferson? The Jefferson American Service Knife. Oh, nice. It's like a little better than Swiss Army knife. That's super cool. Man, y'all carry some of the coolest EDC stuff. Especially B Shady. He's on top of the EDC carry. Especially with his tie-dyes. Yeah, we know what the Chaser is. Raylight Pineapple Mini. Let's check that out. Oh my goodness. I can't type this morning. It's all right. If you got the... Aha! I'm sure you got the titanium version. Looks like that's all they make. I'm going to guess you got the stonewashed frag. Maybe the bead blasted frag. For some reason, I picture you as a frag guy. How far off am I? Doc Seuss, you got your Viper Handy in the other day, carrying that in a ZT 0562. I know what the 0562 is, but the Viper Handy, is that like a Viper Knives from Italy handy? Let's check that out. Well, I don't know what I did there. And I still can't type. This stupid keyboard doesn't help. It wants to... All right. Viper Handy Knife. Yeah, I've already looked at that one. It's I've looked at most all the Viper knives. Jesper Voxnays, one of my favorite designers. Oh yeah, that's the one we talked about, the Silvestrelli. Yeah, we did look at that one, I believe, the Handy, the other day. Because I guessed you had the natural micarta, if I remember right. If that's the same. Yep, I just went back to the chat, and you did say you had the natural micarta. All right, so tie raw frag, nice. Pretty good guesser. So back to my story. So I was really big into 3D printing. I even got into making some 3D models of things, including the 3D printer that I 3D printed for that magazine article. And since I just ordered the lasers for my 3D printers to be able to do some laser etching and stuff on knives, and to be able to do laser anno, hopefully do some... yeah, the 0562 is sweet. Sorry, I just think everybody's pretty familiar with that one. Anyway, Hinderer design. I'm guessing you probably got the... I don't know. You might have that version. not going to take a guess on this one because I don't really know. Might have the black one too. Might have the carbon fiber one. Yeah, that's a super nice knife. It looks very comfortable. I think I've got one, but it's a clone. I definitely have one. It's a clone. All right, so back to my story real quick. So since I bought the lasers to do laser engraving on knives and to do maybe offer laser anno services for the pictures and stickers and cool patterns, that got me thinking about my 3D printers again. So I thought to myself, well, if you're really confident with your 3D printing skills and you can do a little bit of 3D CAD work, design work, why not start prototyping knives? So I've decided I'm going to use my 3D printing skills and my little bit of 3D design knowledge and my scanner to start designing knives and actually 3D print them where I can hold them and show them to you. And I was thinking maybe we could all come together and make a knife together, and maybe get in with Kubi and get them to produce it for us. So that's my plan. I'm going to go hard into the knife world. And since I wanted to, yes, I make the 3D files also. So, or I have the ability to. Doc Seuss, awesome, man. Yeah, awards and trophy, super cool. CO2 lasers are super cool too. Maybe we can talk and you can give me some pointers on the laser, because I'm new with the lasers. I'm good with 3D printing, but anyway, I thought that I would start prototyping some knives, because I can take blade shapes that I like and put them on a flatbed scanner, scan them in, start there, and modify them how I want. I can also, but what I also thought about is the fact that you can 3D print knives already, of course. And back when I'm not printed in a couple of years, but back when I was printing pretty regularly, I 3D printed a few of these balisongs, and they're fully functional. Everything about these is 3D printed, including the pegs that hold them together. The blades do have a somewhat sharp edge, and you can see the 3D printing lines on them. But this is one of the butterfly knives that I printed. I don't know why it has that big guard. But I was looking through my 3D prints, and I actually found 3 of these that I had printed. And I was going to send one of these off to one of you guys if you wanted one. I've got a brown one also. This was the first one I printed before I wanted to print the blade in a silver color with the blue handles. So I've got an all brown one too down there. But I got those 3. I've got multiple other knives, other places that I've printed, and I'm about to show y'all some really cool designs. But I thought this was something else cool. It's kind of knife related. I printed a pair of scissors, and the center pivot is 3D printed also. And when I first made these, my precision was so good that it would actually cut a piece of paper. And they've kind of warped a little over the years. You can see that they're pretty close to being... I'm not sure if they would still cut a piece of paper, but let's try. See if they'll still cut paper. Yes, they will. They will still cut paper after all these years. So I use multiple materials when I 3D print. I believe those are probably done in ABS. Knives are life. What's going on, buddy? But yeah, the 3D printed knives is going to be an awesome way for me to prototype some knives. So that being said, I thought we would take a look real quick at some of the stuff that you can find just for free. Some of the knife files. I've even got a 3D printed whatchamacallit, you know, that knife with the 3 blades that's the most deadly knife in the world. It's outlawed in a bunch of countries. I remembered it a minute ago, but now I can't think what it's called. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. So Thingiverse is a free place that you can get 3D files from. And if you just type in knife, in fact, there's the improved butterfly knife from CSGO. So the ones that I showed you were actually from CSGO, Counter-Strike. But you can 3D print all kinds of functional knives, ones that you put razors in, X-Acto hobby knives, any kind of knife that you want, pretty much. You can even 3D print like knife sharpeners. Sever7, what's going on, buddy? You popped in at the right time because I'm going to be starting prototyping and 3D printing knives, and I could help you prototype your knives. And I've got a couple on the table here, some butterfly knives and stuff that I printed a while back. But I'm going to start doing some 3D CAD work and designing knives and printing them out to try them out in my hands. Back to what we're looking at. So anyway, you can get these files for free, including, you know, fixed angle sharpeners. Here's a switch knife with a rubber band. Here's a fidget knife that looks like it's got a spring built in, like an OTF. You can get all the knives from video games, of course. The one you can make folding knives. But I'm going to try to model everything about the knife, including the pivot screws, where the body screws go. I'm going to try to get my knives where I can 3D print most everything and maybe use some steel inserts that I put in. Jag Commando was the knife I was talking about, that I've actually got one that I 3D printed somewhere. But you can 3D print all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to start prototyping knives and 3D printing them along with doing my laser stuff. Which is super cool. There's a Benchmade 62. Anyway, I wonder if I can put in jagged Commando knife. I don't know where I found it. Anyway, Thingiverse is a free site. There's lots of places to get free models. But you can type in like folding knife and fully printable folding pocket knife. And my tolerances, I get them down pretty good. There's one from Harvard Jensen that looks pretty cool. So that's the 3D file he made. So that's something like I want to do, and that's the blade grinds, choil, sharpening choil, pivot, the button location, what it looks like when it's closed, and then you can get all the individual parts. There's the blade, there's the pivot, there's the standoffs. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that. And it should be something really cool for the channel, because I really, I think us developing one together would be super cool. Yeah, knives are life. You can actually print with flexible filament and make shoes. So You think it's funny, but if I type in shoes here, you're going to find all kinds of shoes that you can print, including some crazy looking kicks. That's a shoe organizer. Quick shoe ties. But somebody has already got the files to where you can print some Crocs. So we don't even have to design them. We can just print them and get rich. Set up your Etsy store, and they make some, you can print these cool shoes with flexible material. And they really do work. And I have a printer big enough to print a size 13. I'm going to be setting up, but you can even print designer shoes. You can pretty much, and all these files are free. So yeah, you can definitely do that. Knives are life. I know you're probably joking. You always throw in little funny comments, but it's cool. If you weren't kidding, then there's the files. If you were kidding, that's cool too. But you can download these files for free where somebody else has designed it and save a lot of time if you do want to print something. Something else cool that I'm going to start making for you guys is knife stands. So I can 3D print all kinds of cool knife stands for y'all, including double tier ones, bigger ones. I can design my own. You can get ones like that. We can 3D print all those. You can see, you make the base, and then you can make them where you add on as many as you want. We can expand them. They make little cool ones shaped like this, little hold knives. So there's all kinds of knife-related stuff. Cool, Sever 7. I'll take a look at that when I get a chance. It's kind of hard for me to jump back and forth between stuff on the stream, but they've got the sword holders for your wall. They've got pretty much anything you can think of. Some of these knife stands are cool with the presentation knife stands where, you know, whatever, you get the idea. Yeah, like kind of like that one. But yeah, so since I'm getting back into my laser, I'm going to get back into 3D printing, and I'm going to make lots of cool knife related stuff. Probably have an Etsy shop set up to sell some of these knife stands and such. Which also means that I can print any kind of accoutrement for Ed's lanyards. So lanyard beads. I'm sure you can get any kind of, let's see. Knife lanyard, let's see. So, yeah, I can 3D print any kind of little figure. They won't be made out of metal, but you can actually 3D print in metal nowadays. I just don't have the ability to. If y'all didn't know you can 3D print in metal, yes, you can. I know you've probably seen where they 3D print houses and stuff, but you can 3D print in metal. Metal X 3D printing system is one that you can do really easy, and you can prototype in metal. 28 hours, powdered filament. So it uses powdered steel, kind of like tool, you know, and you can do it in D2 tool steel, Inconel, copper, stainless steel. Do all kinds of stuff. So you can actually 3D print in metal. So if you didn't know that, now you do. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. And you can also make functioning parts with the 3D printer. So like the screws and stuff for the knives, these are all dirty because I've dug them out of somewhere, but you can make functioning clamps and stuff. I printed these. They have a little swivel so that it adjusts. But I needed some extra clamps one time, and I was like, well, why not just print some? I was printing everything I needed. But those work really good. They work so good. I've gotten 3 of those. You can also 3D print stuff that some of y'all might use that you can sell. This one has some residue still in it from some, that was a weird one I tried out. That has a weird shape to the inside grinder part. This one has more of the typical grinder, and the teeth broke off on this one because evidently I didn't print this one in good plastics, but this one has the holes where the stuff will go down to the bottom part. It's actually 2 sections. And I don't know how you get that other one apart. This hasn't been apart in so long. Probably stuck. Yeah, there you go. Oh, wow. There's actually some in there. Some keef. Huh. Imagine that. This has been sitting for 5 years. Crazy. But you can make grinders. Something else cool you can do is you can make puzzle boxes. So for putting stuff in. So this is a cool one that it looks like it's an impossible box because you can't, the dovetails won't let you lift the lid off, and this lid will not turn. It's locked. So it's like a trick box. You hand it to somebody and tell them to open it, and they can't because you cannot turn this because it's locked. So you have to find the side. You tap it on one side. I don't remember which one it is. I guess it's the last one, hopefully. One of the 3 sides you tap it on. I thought I had a dot somewhere that let me know that. This is dirty too. It's been put up forever. But you tap it on one of these sides and the little things will roll out of the way and allow you to open it. There we go. So the way it opens is you tap it and it has these little discs. So there's 2 little channels here. And these 2 little discs roll into those channels and lock it up. So when these 2 little things are in their little channels, I know you can see these little rolling discs. When you tap it down to this side, they get out of the way and allow you to turn it. But if you don't tap it down to that side, then they lock the box up. They go into those little grooves and they keep it from where you can't rotate it. But you can put stuff in there and nobody can get into it. So to close it, you have to get, I don't know if you can see, but both those little things rolled out of the way. Well, I just dropped it. Anyway, you can make cool little puzzle boxes. Let me get this one back together. So I've got them both in there. Now it'll go back together. And now you shake it a little bit and now it's locked. So those are cool. And then they make these, which you can put stuff in, which have a maze that you have to follow. So yeah, let me figure out where the place is on the maze. So you have to know how to do the maze in order to get this open. Same kind of premise. I just don't know where the little line is. Hold on. So you have to know the maze pattern to get into it. I think I remember the maze pattern on this one for the most part. Hold on. There you go. So it's got a little detent ball that's on the inside here. And that ball has to follow this track all the way up to get it to close, and you cannot get into it. So you can put stuff in here like important papers or whatever you want to, and then nobody else can get into it if they can't figure out how to unlock it. So there's super cool stuff you can do with 3D printers. I just grabbed these because they were laying there, a few little things that I could show y'all this morning. But back to knives. All right, so there was a couple of knives. Oh, something else I wanted to do on this stream. So we've got, let's see. Yesterday I got my leather dye in. So I got the turquoise and the black. And I meant to do this at the beginning of the stream so it would be drying. If one of y'all would like one of these butterfly knives, I'll try to figure out some way to do a little something to give one of these away or give a couple of them away. They're super cool to have just to, you know, show people. Since y'all are knife people, we'll figure that out. Some kind of giveaway. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to do some testing of dyeing my micarta. So I washed off the scales for the Kaiser Mystic. And I want to dye these with the turquoise and see what we get. So all I did was wash them off. And we are going to get dirty here and put some of this turquoise dye on them real quick. TC blades. Yeah, that might be... I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Your son, since you're the first one that chimed in, maybe I'll just send you one. Let me find my gloves because this is going to get messy, I'm quite sure. It feels like it's sticking inside this stupid box. Might have already leaked, who knows. Yeah, this box is not being... Good grief, it's stuck to the inside of the box for sure. Alright, so there's the turquoise. Where are my gloves? Rubber gloves, where art thou? This stuff will stain. I'm pretty positive. Oh, something else I can show y'all. I bought some accessories to go with my laser. And one of the things I bought was this super big, heavy pro rotating kit. So this will go and interface. It's bigger than this picture. It's this whole box size. But what you can do is you can put round objects in here to do laser printing, and it rotates it at the right. It interfaces with the printer, and it'll rotate it as you're doing the laser etching. So I can etch logos on like Yetis and all kinds of cool stuff. Which is a super cool add-on for my laser. So I'll be able to use this to do some cool customized Yetis for y'all or whatever. Some giveaways with the channel name or whatever. Yeah, when I go into something, I go hard. So that's what she said. I don't want to get this everywhere. I'm going to grab this book here. It's a Grizzly catalog. It's super thick. Grizzly Industrial. All right, so the side that goes out is this side on this one and this side on this one. So that's the sides we really only have to worry about. I've got some rubber gloves here. I don't know, these have been used before, but I probably kept them because I didn't do much with them. So that will be enough. One of each color. Looks like I did some sharpening in this one or something. Sandpaper, some black on the fingers, but it will work for what I need it to. Man, these clear ones are way better than these cheap blue ones. Or not clear, but whatever natural color. Except that putting them back on after they've been on once is kind of annoying. Alright, almost got it on. Got crazy fingers, just tore it. That's great. I don't need much help, but just need something to keep from getting this stuff all over me. Come on, glove. Work with me. Well, all right, that's good enough. All right, so shake this up really good. Hope the lid is on. And then we're going to cut off this craziness on this glove before it drives me nuts. All right. Yeah, heat. A torch to heat it up, but not hot enough to make it change color. We'll usually get the Loctite to break loose. It's probably Loctite that's keeping you from being able to open it. And then a good like Weehaw or German, a good bit to where, and lots of pressure when you're just not, so you don't strip it out. But I would say a torch with heat would be what I would suggest first. Yeah, you won't mess anything up. Just heat it up a little bit at a time and try it, and then heat it a little more. It takes quite a bit of heat to discolor stuff. If I was going to heat it up, though, I would use a torch like a propane or something so you don't get the black soot from like a lighter or something. Don't use a lighter. Okay, that has a stupid plastic cover over it. Let me use the Walmart knife to fix that because I don't care if I get a little blue on it. Who's betting that I'll make a mess? I definitely could. I've been known to. Alright, it came with the little brush and everything. So we're going to use that brush. We're going to check out this turquoise. And I have no idea what turquoise is going to do to these brown, I guess they're called. But we're going to try it out here. We're just going to coat them really good. It's going through the paper towel, no doubt. That's why I put the grizzly box down there. A little bit off of it. All right. Make sure I get all the edges, and I'll do the insides too, just for posterity's sake, but make sure I get all the edges good. I don't think you have to worry about like leaving fingerprints much because pretty sure this stuff soaks in pretty good. Put some on the back here. I'm hoping this turns out cool. Can't be any worse than what it was. I didn't like that brown color that it came with. And this dye looks like it's pretty thin, so it looks like it ought to have plenty on here. I'm guessing if you didn't have this little applicator, you could just use a paper towel to put it on with. Alright, there's the insides. There's the outsides. Back over them one more time. Alright, looks good to me. Take off these gloves. Yeah, soldering iron is a great idea too. Sorry, I've done that before too. I didn't think about it. I just grab a torch usually, so I've got one sitting here beside me, so pretty easy to do that. But yeah, soldering iron is a great idea too. Sorry, I couldn't read the chat. I was deep into my leather dye here. So, I would say I need to go rinse that out really quick. Let's see, I've got some water here that I can use and clean out later to get it mostly clean. Get a paper towel here and try to kind of tidy up after myself. Of course, I'll be using black next, so it really won't matter much about this blue. I've actually got a couple of cups of this water I need to dump out anyway from when we did the anodizing. Get rid of this distilled water. That one doesn't look like it's turning very blue, so I must have got most of it off. Well, I'm sure it dyed the color of the, yeah, there's not much blue coming off of it at all. All right, so that's done. That's done. My hands are not all blue. Put those cups back over there till after the stream. See how much came through to the grizzly. Take this and set it over here to the side in front of the fan. Oh my God. I about made a huge mess. I've got one of those, are y'all familiar with those little wooden tables that you can put at the end of your couch arm to hold the, it gives you a place to put stuff on your couch arm. I about knocked one of those off. No big deal though. All right. Back to talking about what I don't like about the Annex. I need to take it apart and try to tune it, but I was really hoping I would love this knife. And I do. Like I said, 80% of it, it's just that lock. It's just that double clutch. That sound there. It's just that weird, it just feels weird right there. It's not really the double clutch per se. I probably could carve a ramp into it with a Dremel and fix it, but I haven't taken it apart yet to even look at it. I don't know. I've heard some people claim that the Green Thorn version is even better than the original. And if that's the case, TC Blades, I do have it I posted it instantly for sale as a catch and release. I paid $260 for it with tax. I believe right now they're showing up as like $252. And I posted it for sale on Reddit for $245 shipped to you. I believe that's cheaper than you could buy it on AliExpress. And it would take you 3 to 4 weeks to get it, whereas it'll take 4 or 5 days for you to get it from me. But I just got it yesterday, and I actually posted it for sale on Reddit last night. I think, let's go look real quick. I think the cheapest I found it was, hold on just a second. Let me sign in. We'll make sure we get the right price. Hold on just a second. Let me make sure that I need to start being better about not showing my details on streams, even though anybody that wants can go back and find it. I'm not trying to be secret, but you know how life is with the internet. Okay, yep. Blade Alchemy account is the one logged in now. So, Green Thorn Annex. Showing $298 with free shipping on that one, but that's not the best deal. I know that. I saw it for like $252, I believe. Yeah, $253. So the cheapest right now is $253 for the S35EN version. And then you'd have to pay tax and have to wait 3 to 4 weeks. So that's why I said $245. I'd take a $15 loss. Or actually more than that when I ship it out. It's about a $25 loss. Just for not liking it. But there it is. If you want to hit me up, my email is it's right here at the bottom. It's just bladealchemy4u@gmail.com. Let's see. Up here is where I took apart the Mystic. I've got all the parts laying up here. Really excited about getting in and 3D printing prototype knives, though. That's going to be super cool. All right, now to the ongoing knife drama that we had between Steve, somebody, and somebody else. Got the latest update. Last night, he was doing a live talking about it, and the other guy involved called in. So let's check that out.
There he is.
There, got it.
So knives are live. Here's your drama.
I'm right here.
Cool. Let's keep it calm, not throw any names out, and let's just clear the damn air. So, however you want to start.
You're the one buzzing in.
All right. So far, what I've been able to hear is that we both suck at communication. So we'll go with that.
So the guy on the bottom,
the only evidence I really have is all
ordered 20 knives from the guy on the top, and paid him $3,500.
Those are. I'm happy to go through them.
And still has not received the knives a year later.
More and more angry.
Although the guy on the top
and you can
just released 75 knives on Blade Bench.
But
so the guy on the bottom is a little pissed about it. He runs USA made blades.
Especially when you get a pretty nasty text from me telling you to get your shit together and make a deadline, and your communication from there was nothing but a tracking number that went nowhere and did nothing. And then I turn around and see you have a 75-piece knife drop. Yeah, that's what, Steve, that's what put me from here with this to here.
Would a phone call saying that would have been too much?
I think the fact that I sent the text telling you to make the deadline, and then the fact that I'm
curious about y'all's opinion about how the guy on the top handles it.
From you was a tracking number.
I know how I feel about it, but I'm not going to voice that until y'all hear it.
You didn't acknowledge that you even got the tracking number.
What's that?
You didn't even acknowledge if you got the tracking number.
It shows on the text that it's delivered and read.
It doesn't say it on mine.
You didn't want to follow up? I mean, you're the one that took...
Did you not want to? This is what I'm talking about, the communication. I can say it just right back at you. You didn't want to follow up?
Okay, let's hey, we're here. Let's run through it. Because on February 14th, the day that I was supposed to have the knives, is got the tracking number.
Yeah.
And we click on that tracking number, and it shows...
Okay, so I'm going to pause this for a second and give you an example.
Yeah, it's on that box right there.
That I've been familiar with in the past. So it seems really easy when people need to borrow money from you or borrow something from you that they can get a hold of you really easily. And then when you pay them or give them money and they owe you something, either the money or a product in return, it seems very hard to get a hold of them again when they need to pay up. So my opinion, I've always gotten super mad about people that acted like I was supposed to call them when they owed me. If you were to borrow money from a loan shark and that loan shark gave you a date that he wanted something by, and you didn't keep in contact with that loan shark, you're going to get messed up. So the guy on the top owed the guy on the bottom 20 knives or $3,500 and keeps saying that phone calls work both ways and that he shouldn't have had to keep in contact with the other guy. And he uses the excuse that if somebody doesn't get the knife that I send them, they call me. Well, yeah. So just watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
I did take it, Tommy. I did take accountability.
How about a text to follow up and say I went to the post office? They said they wouldn't deliver to your PO box.
So he claims that the PO box
just a
people told him that the package was too big.
You could have thrown out anything that you.
But yet he didn't even send a guy a message saying that.
It's and why is it my responsibility when you're the one that owes me money or not?
Because I owe you. If I buy something from you and it doesn't get delivered, I'm calling you. Yeah.
That's the mentality nowadays.
Going through and sending you a text pretty much every month or every other month. It's almost August. 8 months.
And the guy was super
months.
generous about it.
But let's
gave him a whole year.
To that, it's almost August. That's July. That's the picture you sent me. Yeah. Where are those knives? Because that's after the batch was burned up.
Yeah. What do you? I don't get what you're asking.
Are those the knives that you just showed off?
I'm assuming so. Why wouldn't they be?
Because they're the exact same knives that went to another maker or another dealer.
Okay, so I sent you the wrong picture.
So now he's claiming he sent the wrong picture.
I don't get what you're trying.
So he sent the guy a tracking number that never went anywhere. You sent him a picture of knives that he sold to somebody else.
What bullshit have you gotten?
But yet he's a stand-up guy. Drummer, I'm glad you agree with me because that's the total thing that I got from this. Was that the knife maker is deflecting, blaming someone else, not taking responsibility for it,
We're back at May 20th,
and acting like a douche.
months ago.
Yes.
And I send you a text. Any update? Running over 5 months now.
So I don't know if all y'all are familiar with what went on, but that's the gist of it. I don't want to watch this whole thing again. If some of y'all have already seen it,
okay,
then you know what's up.
No, I didn't have them done.
So now the guy doesn't want his knives back. I mean, doesn't want the knives from the guy, which I don't blame him. He just wants the money.
July 16th.
So he tells him to take up to a year to sell those knives and get him his money. And the guy, he finally gets fed up with him and just kind of hangs up.
After that, except for a tracking number that went nowhere. So did I give you plenty of time after that? Yes. Did I fire warning shots in the live show before I went live about this?
Good, yes, turd burglar. I'm glad you agree also.
I gave you a deadline. Does this not sound scammy to you?
No, it doesn't sound. I'm all over the problem.
Sending a tracking number that never moves doesn't sound scammy to him.
What would the benefit be for me to scam? What's the logic behind it, Whitty? Why would I pick your
Whitty's reputation evidently is very good. I don't know either one of them, so personally. But this guy even says after Whitty hangs up on the call, he says that when Whitty first reached out to him, he couldn't believe it, and he was so honored to have Whitty want to buy some of his knives to sell.
I don't want any extra.
No, you're getting your money because I'm not about to be accused of it again.
Okay, now that's where you're getting dirty. You turned around and you said, how do I know if I ship him to Whitty, he's going to say he never got him? When have I done anything scammy in any of this?
When have I ever done anything scammy to anybody, Whitty?
Anyway, the guy on the top
Look, if you want to call
is a douche.
Communicator, 100%.
Is a prime example of what's wrong with our society today. Nobody taking...
And I'm not a fucking scammer.
But you making knives for plenty of other people while skipping.
Yes,
nobody taking responsibility for their actions and trying to blame somebody else. So Whitty gets off.
On the 14th. Okay, sure, but I'm not a fucking thief and I'm not a goddamn scammer. You paid me to make 20 knives. There's 20 knives out there.
I paid you to make 20 knives. The 10 knives that you made before that took you at least
message 10 fucking times. No, I didn't say. I can say the same thing. 100%, you've been plenty patient.
Here's the deal. Which once I cash, you can either send me checks, which once I cash the check, that proves that you've paid me. That's simple enough. So, you know what? I know that your financial situation is rough.
Anyway,
I'm certainly not trying to drain.
Guy's a douche. Don't like him. I do like Whitty. I thought Whitty was very respectful and gave him plenty of time and opportunity, and all he wanted was I'm sorry, and dude was too proud to do that. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And I'm glad to hear that y'all feel the same way for the most part. There were all kinds of people just trying to get him to understand why he was at fault. Like, dude, like stop deflecting everything. It was pretty bad. I watched it last night. This something else cool that I 3D printed that I think all kitchens should have. This one is super dirty. All these 3D prints have just been in a box collecting dust for years. But this is like a measuring cup that's got every individual measuring thing that you would ever need all in one little cup that you can set on the counter. So it's got a 1 cup, it's got a half cup, it's got a quarter cup, and a third of a cup on the other side. Half cup, quarter cup, third of a cup, full cup. And then on this side, it's got 1 tablespoon. I can't even read some of that. My printer wasn't great at this time. A half tablespoon, quarter tablespoon, teaspoons, and that says 1/5 of a cup down in there. But that's a pretty cool thing that you could sell. Yeah. It makes me mad too, drummer. I mean, it doesn't make me mad because I don't know either one of them, but it makes me mad that people would side with the knife maker. There were guys on there saying that, you know, blah, 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 and that's just more of the same people from his generation, I guess. I mean, he seems like he should be old enough to know better, my opinion. He doesn't seem like a gen, whatever these new blue-haired people are, that feel entitled to everything. He seems like old enough to know better, and he seems like a total douche to me. But that's just my opinion. All right. A couple of new knives I sent the links over to Discord for. Let me bring up the Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, make sure to join it. It is the link is in my YouTube at the top under my links. I put up some pictures of the annex that I with the little bar thing, and just a few pictures of it. But then I sent a couple of links to myself on here. So this was one I wanted y'all to check out. It's kind of pricey, but it's a knife that's my style. And let's see here. Let me take the Discord off and the camera off and bring Firefox back up. So this is the Zermento Knives Tire XL Stonewash. That's my style knife. It's 4.25 inch blade and a 10.3 inch overall length, 12 ounces. So that is a big boy. I thought it was a super cool knife. I thought we'd look at. Then next, I sent a link to, let's see, the new Lander 5, which looks like it's going to be a great knife. Let's watch a little video on it real quick. Whoops. Sound. Hold on.
5. Now, I could talk all day about blades, seals, handle materials, and I'll get to that, but let's cut right to the chase. It's 25 bucks. That's right, the Lander 5 is 25 smackaroos. It's got all that classic Lander look and feel at a super attainable price. Now, this is our 7th Kickstarter, and we would love your support on this project. Back it today. The Lander 5 is high value, low price. So go ahead, use it, carry it, get it dirty, or loan it to your neighbor Larry. He's just going to lose it anyway. No one wants to sacrifice their safe queen to the lawnmower gods. I've spent years volunteering with the Boy Scouts. They have no money, they can't keep track of anything, and they ruin everything. The Lander 5 is for the Boy Scouts and Larrys of the world, or anyone looking for an excellent $25 knife. The Lander 5 comes in 2 versions, black and silver stonewash. It has a blade length of 2.2 inches and an overall length of 5.4 inches. Both models feature stainless steel handles.
I love the way the choil looks on it.
Reversible deep
Looks like
pocket
you
clip.
could.
The blade
fit,
is made from 8
I bet it would even fit in my hand.
MOV stainless steel. It's a good budget starter steel that is easy to sharpen. This one was a little bit of a funky one to design because, well, you see, I copied myself.
And this right here is exactly what made me think about 3D printing knife designs, is because the ones on the right look
So
3D
what we
printed
did
to
is we
me.
took it back to the drawing board, we redesigned, and we're pleased to release our very first thumb hole opener. This is the 5th lander in the line, but it's not the last. How's that for a tease? But wait, there's more! We've got add-ons! Introducing the NAF's Bit Driver Grande. Now we basically took our smaller version, made it bigger so it fits 1/4-inch bits. So it comes with 3 bits, an O-ring seat belt, and man, this thing spins forever. Up to 2 minutes. Asterisk. At this point, you probably thought we were done with add-ons. But no, there's more add-ons. Also introducing the Sancho Titanium Pride. We designed this specifically for tripod shoes. You can try it.
That's pretty
however you
cool.
want. Be adventurous.
They
Try
made it to fit a
The
tripod
world is
shoe.
your oyster. Along with the add-ons, there will be all the stretch goals, backer updates, and the Kickstarter fixins you've come to know and love from a NAF's project.
So I thought y'all
there
might
you
like to hear about that if you hadn't yet. Super cool little $25 knife. Let's see where we're at. Back here to the table. Anything else? Yeah, it looks like that the finger choil is big and flat and wide, and it looks like you could grip up on it and it would feel like a bigger knife, even though it's 2.2-inch blade. I'm curious as to how quick the... Oh, we're getting some... Oh, wow. That's not cool. So the blue dye might take a couple of coats. And I might not have should have put it in front of the fan. Let me show y'all what's happening here. The original pattern is kind of showing through. So you can see there that evidently I either didn't shake it long enough or didn't put enough on. I'm going to attempt to add some more right now without all the gloves and stuff and try not to make a mess. Wow, I already got blue on my finger from opening the bottle. So that's awesome. I might have needed to shake it a little more, but I'm just going to put a bunch on here and let it kind of sit on this top, since both of these are the tops anyway. And I'm not going to put it back in front of the fan. I'm going to let it soak in naturally. I guess we'll have to see tomorrow what they actually look like. I thought maybe by the end of the video we would be able to, but it doesn't look like that's going to be an option because it needs a little more soaking in to do. And I don't know, I think people said they let it sit for 24 hours. Since this is just dye, I guess I don't need to worry about it not pooling up on top of it because it's not going to really dry like paint would anyway. So I'm going to put a healthy amount on here. And I'm not going to put it back in front of the fan so that it'll all just kind of soak in. I'm hoping that will work better this time. Oh, more blue. Yay. And I'm sure leather dye is pretty potent stuff. So yeah, my hands are blue now. Or at least one hand is. It's all right. I'll get it off. I wonder if alcohol will get it off. I guess we'll find out real quick because I got some right here. Yeah, dude seems like he's got a great sense of humor. I don't know much about him. I do know about NAFs and the Landers. I've liked them and I've almost bought one a few times. Oh yeah. Alcohol is a man's best friend. Get blue, it will get leather dye right off. So don't be worried about using it if you got some alcohol present because it's all gone. And if you have any cuts on your hand, you will definitely find those while cleaning your hands with alcohol. Luckily, I don't guess I have any because I didn't scream. Not that I would scream anyway because I'm a man. But I didn't touch the scales, Nick, with my hands. I touched the edges of them. I didn't touch the part that I put the dye on. And I did clean them instantly and I washed them and put them in a paper towel and didn't touch them with my hands. So I didn't get any oil on them, but thanks. I'm pretty sure it's because I put it in front of the fan and it dried too quickly instead of soaking in. So I'm not going to put it in front of the fan this time. I'm going to set it off to the side. Let it naturally dry by itself. Yeah, I made sure I didn't touch it. I touched it on the very edges of it, just barely, with rubber gloves on. I didn't touch it at all with bare hands. It's all good, Nick. No biggie. Is what it is. Man, I still think this is the best value knife ever. For $67.50, full titanium, perfect action, perfect lockup, perfect ergos, perfect jimping. Only thing not perfect is the blade steel, but it's 14C28N with a good heat treat. So you can't complain about that for $67.50. And I'm so glad I got this extra one because I've got a couple more of the titanium ones and they don't have nearly as good of action as this one does. This one just drops perfect. Yeah, that's why I bought this leather dye, because I read that Rit didn't like it. That's why I bought some blue and some black. So I can always go black with it depending on how this blue looks. I'm actually going to use this black on a couple of those other ones I had that were let's see. Where are those knives? I might try it on that one. That's the Atom. I might turn that one black. But I kind of like it green. The ones I wanted to actually turn black was were the two the Snaps full size, so it'll match my Mini, and the Duckling. I wanted to turn that one black. And then I might do this Emerson black too. Although this micarta looks better on this Emerson than the micarta on the Snaps and the Duckling. They both look pretty much the same on both of those. Are real similar. This looks like a little bit better quality, a little bit different. So I might leave that one alone. This is the one with the chisel grind also. Yeah, I popped in and watched some Bees Blades last night, Nick. Didn't see you on there. I saw Dwayne, I believe. I don't know who all I saw. I think I saw Dwayne. I saw a couple people that aren't here this morning. Fuchs was on there. Can't believe we hit 1,000 subscribers. Super stoked about that. I'm really stoked about getting the lasers in and doing some laser. It'll be cool to do some laser, but the laser ano is what I'm really looking forward to. Doing pictures and photos and all kinds of stuff. It's going to be super cool. If I can get them to look like Way of Knife, I'll quit my job and do it full time. I don't know about that, but that sticker ano, the laser that I got says that it will do it'll do steel and titanium and like 320 different shades of colors. So pretty much anything you can think of. They have this approximate color thing here, but I'm hoping that I can get the same quality that they got here with my laser. If I can, we're going to have some beautiful knives, because I will get y'all to send me some for me to after I get it down. Not to mention the fact that I'm going to do some engraving patterns, like on the Etsy, like the DNA lasering guy does. Super cool different patterns that I can do. So yeah, that'll be awesome. And then I'll also be able to put black logos and artwork on the blades and do patterning, but being able to do some cool laser etching like those patterns, come up with any kind of pattern I want, actually, even some pictures, stuff like that. That'll be super cool. I'm going to have to invest some money in some nice lasers once I get going. I'm sure I'll convert quite a few of my 3D printers to hold lasers, since all you need is an X and a Y. But these titanium ones look super cool when they're etched. I really like that snake pattern on those. And I bought a 40-watt fiber laser. I got with a air extraction unit built in to help the patterning. Should be a lot tighter with the air. I've got 3D printers already, so I'm just going to convert one of them to hold the laser and use the 3D printer X and Y back and forth to do the lasering. But you can buy some lasers pretty cheap on Amazon if you look them up. I actually looked at the one that goes with the rotating thing I got. I've actually got a Creality printer, but the Falcon 2 or the Falcon 1 is a pretty cool one. So right there you can see the coloring that it'll do. This is a 22-watt one. But you can also do, like, you know, on leather, but that's just the laser unit itself, and you can add those on to 3D printers. But the air extraction, I believe this one has one. Yeah, the air assist system. So it takes it from looking like the one on the right there to the one on the left. So you get a much cleaner surface instead of a yellowed burnt surface. Oh, sorry. Dang it. Forgot again. Let me go back up here. So yeah, you can see in that one the coloring on the laser, and then you can do like leather, wood. That's the laser unit itself for this one. And then this 22 watt one will go through 15 millimeters of wood. The air assist though helps you go from what's on the right there with the yellow burned surface to the what's on the right there to the one on the left. It's a lot cleaner. And then the colors you can get are, let's see, I thought they had on here. So it'll work on stainless steel and titanium. And the colors, let's see. Hold on. They had a wiki I looked at. Well, I swear I found it the other day. They had a chart that showed the colors. There was a wiki. Here we go. Right here. Yeah, this doesn't show the. Maybe it was on the Amazon page where they were selling that Falcon too. With the color assist. So yeah, down here you can see in that picture the colors, but they had a chart. I thought, man, I could have sworn they had a color chart. Maybe I'm not looking at the pictures right or something. You can see well, I don't know. It was somewhere. It's gone now though. I think it's set up to like 320 colors. I don't know, but you can check them out. They sell just laser modules also. So anyway, looking really forward to that. You can buy smaller ones too, TC blades. So you can buy a 3D printer. Look, 3D printer for $300 to $400. You can get a 3D printer and laser combo. Oh my God, this keyboard is killing me. So $300 to $400, you can get a combo. So like this one right here, you can buy 3D printers that come with the laser attachment, laser 3D engraving. So this is more what you need, and you don't have to spend $500. But you can swap out. So right here, if you see that left picture, it shows how you can put on the laser for like carving small stuff for crafts instead of putting on the 3D printer head. So there's the laser mounted on it right there. And then there's the 3D printer head mounted on it. So you can do both on the same one. Because that's what I was talking about with the carriage moving X and Y and Z. With the 3D print, you needed to move up, but with the laser, the one on the right there, you don't need it to move up. You just need it to stay in the same place. So just go to Amazon, and I would stick with, if you want to know, Creality is a good brand. This keyboard is the worst ever, dude. Why do I have such a piece of crap keyboard when I've got a so much better one for my other computer sitting right here? So a 10 watt is about all you need. Fully auto leveling. Hold on. Laser, create, one of these will have the laser already included. The Ender 3 is a good printer. Let me see. I'm trying to find one exactly what you'd want. V3 KE. So any of these Crealities, this $299 one right here, you can go buy the laser add-on for another $100 or so to put a laser on it. And you just need something like 10 watts for your wife's crafts. Like actually, here's the one for the Ender 3. It's only $53 to add it on. So you could get this $169 printer right here, and buy that $50 add-on. So for $250, you could buy that printer and this Ender 3 laser, and it would just attach to the printer. So if you see in that bottom left picture, there's the printer that it attaches to. You can also add CNC spindles too. Anyway, give you some options there. Man, I'm gonna have to look for one of those knives on Knife Swap though. 10.3 inch knife with a 4 1/4 inch blade. 12 ounces, that's the same size as the Gedon and the Arma XL. But they're not quite 10 inches long. They're only a little over 9, I believe. I can't remember. But they do weigh like 11.7 ounces, both of them. Or 11 ounces something. I'm trying to reach over here and grab them. I can't remember exactly how long they are. But that's a beast of a knife. But these are a little too thick. I doubt that one is this thick. But the overall length on these is only a little over 9, I believe. Where's my stupid ruler? Still addicted? You're all right, man. You still made it. But yeah, you are late to the party. We've been in 1,000 subscribers. So it looks like, what in the heck did I just hit? How did I get that to come up? Oh, spacebar. Must do it. You can see where 9 is. It's just right at 9 inches. The Arma XL is, and then the Gedon is about 9.2 or something. So the fact that this big boy is 10.3. Wonder how thick. Does it tell? It doesn't have the thickness on there. Let's see if we can see any kind of videos. I bet there's not any. I think it's a new knife. There's the regular tire, but the tire XL, I think, is a new one.
Well, hello, YouTube. It's me, Tri-State EDC, with a flat rate box from a good friend, Mr. Cheezel. He feeds me a lot. And every once in a while, dude. PM2 pair 3. I'm losing my voice here. Our little pea shooter pocket clip. Okay. Just a little pea shooter on this giant knife.
That doesn't look like the same.
Spacer. Interesting. Is this a production knife? Is this like, I know nothing about this. You brought it up in a live stream a couple weeks ago. And on that blade, gee.
So does the handle look the same? Yeah, I guess it kind of looks the same. The blade looks the same. It has the same little arch, but the handle, I guess it does. It's just a smaller version.
Jesus. Pair 3, PM2. Yeah, longer than. Okay. Ergo's in hand. Yeah, it's heavy. It's very blade heavy. Choke back, yeah, sure. Easy 4-finger grip. Small to medium sized hands. Obviously, on a short sword, sure, I sure can. More like a chonky.
So that's not the XL. That's the regular version. The XL looks like the clip is a lot smaller. I don't know that I like the clip. I like the shape in that picture, but I like the way it looks closed too, but I don't like that clip. Maybe it'll grow on me. Yeah, the Midgard Messers are crazy knives. One more thing I wanted to ask you guys is I know y'all carry a bunch of EDC stuff, but are y'all into watches? I know watches can get expensive pretty quick. But I'm about to build, I've built a few watches in the past, but I'm about to build one. And I got the rest of my parts I needed in yesterday. So I'm building a replica Grand Seiko. Here's the case. And I got the one with the Grand Seiko stem, the GS. And then I got the Grand Seiko hands with the blue second hand. And I got the, this is the movement that the face mounts to. This is a Seiko movement. So it's a real Seiko for the Grand Seiko. And then this is the face. And the way this guy packaged this face to get here from China, they do some crazy stuff. So this box, it had this little flap torn out of the side over here. And he had this packaged over here in the side. And he had it closed up. And when I opened the box, it was like that. And he had a little note that said, make sure to check the inside flap of the box, because I couldn't find the face. I was like, what is going on? There's nothing in this box. But the only thing inside this box was this right here. And there's a note in here that says, "Dear friend, please open the inner layer on both sides of the box." So I had to grab the box again. I'm glad I didn't throw it away. I'm glad I actually read the note, but it was packed in here, I guess, because this is a quote unquote replica face that he was afraid customs, it wouldn't make it through customs. But the watch itself that I'm building, I was going to shoot a video of it. I didn't know what y'all would think of it, so I wasn't going to necessarily post it on here, but I'm going to shoot a video of me building the watch. But the white birch Grand Seiko is the watch that I'm building. So that's the actual watch that I'm building. And It's $9,300 new. But so the white birch is because of the face here, the birch kind of texture. Germer 0701. Okay, cool. But this is the same case. And then the face here, see if I can get it open. You want to maintain clean area when you're building a watch so that no dust gets inside it. But the face here, good grief, why is this not coming apart? Aha. Dang it, just dropped it on the floor. Now I got to clean the hell out of it. This is the back of it, where you set it on the movement. But this is the actual white birch Grand Seiko. And that's the face. So all you do basically is you put the face on the movement. So, and then you put the movement in the case. So the movement right here is the insides of the watch with the stem sticking out. So you take this out, you put the face on it, you take that stem out, you put it in the case. You put that inside there. Then you put the face on it. And then you put the hands on it. And then you got you a watch. So if you haven't done that, it's super fun. And it's a good way. It's a good stress reliever and just overall super, super cool. If you don't wear watches, then, you know, wouldn't appeal to you, but maybe some of you do. I'm trying to put this back in the little glass case, and I want to, it's not a glass case, plastic case, whatever. Protect it a little bit. All right. But the hands I got were kind of expensive because they're exactly like the ones that came on the, I got the blue second hand and the two little metal. That's a duckling. This is a Usler duckling. Super comfortable knife. Super cool knife. Not just comfortable. I'll try to get this back in there right. I don't know what's going on with this stupid. I'm having issues today, guys. All right, there we go. Now I got it protected in there. All right, I'm going to put it back in this little envelope. That box was funny, though. I was like, what the heck is going on here? And I read that note. Open. No, sir. It is a SMKE version. I believe it was around $120. Cool satin grind on the blade. I don't know if you can see the lines on it. It makes me want a real one from the action of it. It's just butter. Like, super good action. John Tagamori, no sir. Not everything on the table is real. And by real, I mean, whatever. You know what I mean. You asked the question, so you definitely must know what I mean. That isn't either. Neither is that. These two are. This is. Everything else on the this isn't. These two aren't either. Get this stupid text off the screen. This is. And this is the only place you can find them now is on the secondary market. But I believe there are new ones being made at the moment, a new milled version or something. Lemifshi is working on a new one. He's going to make the duckling and the duck. And they should be really nice because they're going to be full titanium and milled. So that should be coming out in the next few months. If you want to try to find that one, I would say Knife Swap. Yeah, I'm really digging the scales too on that AD10. I don't know. Somebody asked me how much it costs, and it was around $186 to put this together. But the price on the AD10, I mean the Cold Steel website, is $239 for this same knife. So I don't feel it's that bad. Of course, you can get them a lot cheaper than that on Amazon. I got it for $89 with the regular scales, and then I paid like 90 something for the scales. But like I was saying, SMKE, I should still be able to find the Google ad even though they're sold out. So here it is. I could have sworn I paid more than that. I'm pretty sure I did. I think at the very end, maybe they were that price. Or maybe I did pay that. Maybe I'm thinking it was $120 for something else. There was a few left on DHgate for a while, but they pop up on Knife Swap. Oh, yeah, I thought that might have been you who asked. But yeah, go to Reddit and Knife Swap, and you should be able to find one on there. In fact, let's just go check real quick before I get off the video. Knife Swap, SMKE duck. Okay, that's 4 years ago. It's actually the duckling, I believe. Maybe not. 19 days ago, one sold for $100. Yeah, I thought, there it is on the right there. It's the same one I got. I thought they were more expensive than that $70. That price tag is just weird because they're sold out, so I think they put it. But there it is. Same exact knife, just sold on Knife Swap for $100. 2 months ago, let's see, Artisan, Trades. Oh man, this is the Iconic, the big Iconic. I've been wanting one of those for a while. I missed that one. Is it sold? It might not even be sold. YOLO Trucks, YOLO Satter. It might still be available. I've been wanting one of these to go with my little one. I really like that knife. It's that one's in rough shape, but I'm gonna, when I get my laser, I'm gonna fix a bunch of knives with some cool patterns on them that have some snails on them. I don't know why this ad popped up for that SMKE. Oh, he was wanting to trade for one. So the SMKE duck, 2 clones and a pin. Here's one that sold for $100 also a few months ago. There's the brown one. I think that's the brown one. Yeah. They made a brown one and a green one. And it's stamped M390, but I don't know if it's real M390. I don't think it is. But that might have been why I paid $120 for it, because it actually was. Yeah, that Kunwu watch with the with their DLC is awesome. Like, I really wanted one bad. I wear my Samsung smartwatch most of the time, but I've got the Rolex on today. But yeah, that Kunwu with the DLC is awesome. Their DLC is something else, man. Nanha. It looks a lot better on their website than in these pictures here. Where's this video? Music's kind of yay. No, I'm just kidding. Can't say that anymore. Even if you don't mean it the way I said it, still can't say it. That's it. Look at that stonewash. That's pretty watch. The latch looks weird. It looks like they use like knife kind of latch or something weird. How much is 5,070 Hong Kong dollars? $650 for that watch. Yeah, the Damascus is nice. Alright, talked about just about everything. Laser, 3D printing prototypes. Asked if y'all were into watches. Talked about the 1,000 subscribers. Showed some 3D prints. Dyed the scales. Let's check in on them and see what they look like just sitting here to the side instead of in front of the fan. Yeah, still got that patterning. I'm guessing it's because of the, I don't know, man. You can still see the brown coming through. And that's so weird to me, that pattern. And it's kind of where the clip was. And I'm guessing it's because of the oils. So the clip covered that part. So I kind of understand why. Actually, it looks like that would take the dyes more if it hadn't been touched. But the clip, thank you. The clip actually went kind of right over there. So this place that did take the blue was under the clip. I don't know. I don't like them. I think I might just drop them in the blue dye bottle and let them sit for a day. No, I'm probably just going to have to go black with them because I definitely don't like that color. You know what I was supposed to do that I didn't do? I was supposed to sand them. Oh my God. I was supposed to scuff them up with sandpaper. So we're going to do that. I will do that today and I will show y'all the results tomorrow. You're supposed to scuff them with sandpaper first so that the dye soaks in good. And after looking at them now, I know why they look like that. So you live and you learn. That's what this channel's for. We're not perfect here. We're far from it. We're all just knife bros learning as we go. If you never try nothing, you'll never learn nothing. I'm going to start wrapping it up, guys. I cannot thank y'all enough for the thanks about the 1,000 users or subscribers. That is just amazing to me. Yeah, Doc Stoos, I'm sure that blue can't hurt anything. I just hope that when I sand it, it kind of gets evened out. But I can always go black. Once you go black, you can't go back. That's what they say. So I wanted to try the blue first. Other than that, I hope y'all have a great Saturday. I hope it's beautiful and at least sunny where you're at. Even if it's snowing and cold. Be shady? No, thank you for being here. Because if it was just me talking to myself, it would suck. That's the one we're doing the scales for. It's a Kaiser Mystic. So the scales just go inside this little area here on this side. And that little area there on that side. So I took those apart and washed them really good, but I forgot to sand them. So I did most of what I was supposed to do, except that I didn't run some sandpaper over them. Like I said, I've dyed plenty of G10 with RIT dye. I've dyed plenty of jade scales. I've got probably 15 knives that I've dyed, and they've gotten great results on G10. Like, in fact, here's one of the blue ones I did. That started out as jade. That's a Sativian and an Ifengro. They both started the same colors. It's jade, and as you can see, RIT works great on G10, but it does not work on micarta. So I had to buy some leather dye, and I forgot that one of the steps you need to do with micarta is to scuff up the surface. Help get the oils off and to get the little coating that they put, the little shiny coating. So I'm guessing that shiny coating is what we're getting the color difference from. But yeah, this blue. Yeah, the blues, I got all different colors that I've done in G10. Like I said, I bought a bunch of Ifengro and Sativian. Here's another one I haven't done yet. I bought a bunch of cool Sativian, and that's the knives I started with. I wish I would have started my channel back then, because like Bee's Blade does budget knives. I've got probably 100 of these budget knives that are great. I just went watching videos, you know, what are the best knives under $30? What are the best knives under $50? And I bought a bunch of them. And I wish I would have had my YouTube channel started then. I guess I could go back and kind of do some older reviews of them, the ones that are still available on Amazon and such. Oh, here's a green one I did. Whoops, I just got my... but the RIT dyes, I've got like 20 different colors of RIT dye. I've only got a couple of different colors of the leather dye. But that's another one that I dyed, that green one there. Looks way better than the jade in my opinion. I don't particularly like jade. Some people do. I know Nick does. I believe he gets jade M4 Spydercos. But you can turn them all pretty colors like this, Nick. And still have the M4 blade steel in all of them. But that green turned out good too. Pretty much everything. I've got some cool plum colored ones. I think those are my favorite. The plum, and like I've got the purple, but there's a wine and a plum that turn out really good. Let me see if I can grab some of those. I think they're over here. Yeah. No, those are my orange ones. A couple of blue ones. I don't know where those other ones are. There's a couple of orange and blue ones, though, and a red one. Well, there's 2 more blue ones. 2 orange ones and a red one. I've got a bunch of like cheaper budget knives that I could have done tons of videos on. I don't know where those the purple ones are. I thought they were right here with those other ones, but I guess not. I guess they're in a different Ethan Grow Sativian bag. Oh well, guys, it's been real. I appreciate you. We'll see y'all again tomorrow morning. I think Sundays, we're going to do Sunday show and tell. If there's enough people here, and hopefully one of y'all can jump on video through Skype and show us some of your collection, or just show us some of your new knives. You don't even have to be a big collection. It can just be 2 or 3 knives. But I think it'd be super cool to hear from some of you and to see some of you. As you can see, I don't put myself on camera. It's not that I care, but, you know, I'm sure eventually I will. So you don't have to do that either. So don't be scared if you don't want to be on video. Just put your knives on video for us. If any of y'all are interested in buying that Annex that I just got yesterday, it's for sale. For a little cheaper than you could buy it for new, and a lot quicker than you could get it. $245 instead of like $260, and you get it in 4 to 5 days instead of 3 to 4 weeks. So yeah, if any of y'all are interested in that, let me know. Once again, if you need to find me or hit me up or ask me a question, bladealchemy4u@gmail.com, my email. Let's get a running total right now. Since we broke the 1,000, and this is the 1,000, we have got 1,005 now. So we've gained 2 more during this video. And we've had almost 1,000 watch hours this month, which is 700 more than last month. So that's awesome. We only had 300 last month. We're pushing 1,000 watch hours this month. And it's all due to y'all tuning in to my stupidness. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a great day. Tell the people you love that you love them.